Today, we're going to be talking about the web-based trading platform. And really, in particular, we're going to focus in on the charting aspect. Now, the web-based, runs on a browser, right? I have Chrome browser up on my PC right here. Maybe you're using, I don't know, maybe you're using a Mac, and you can still access this through a browser or a tablet or whatever kind of device is convenient to you. But it is web-based, so if you're not at your primary desk, maybe you're out and about and you wanted to go ahead and log into your account, you could do it. So I've already logged in, and this is just kind of this is just my layout, right? My general overall layout right here. It's modular, right? Each one of these sections is a module, which I could move around and format and make a layout that's unique to me, however I like it. The way I have mine laid out is I have a trading ladder on the left-hand side, and then I have a chart on the right-hand side. And then in the middle, I have other information, right? I have basically a quote board. And then I have my positions tab, shows me my positions. That was 4x4 today. And then orders, all of my orders that I've placed, canceled, or got filled throughout the day are on here on this orders tab. At the bottom, I have two more charts, right? Two more charts. So if you're brand new to this thing, the first thing you want to do is to launch a chart. And the easiest way to do it is if you just go to that plus button up here on the left-hand side, it says add modules. And I'm going to click on the add modules, and it's going to give me some options, right? It's going to give me a quote board, chart, depth of ladder, trading ladder, an order window, positions, order ticket, all sorts of stuff. I am going to grab the chart one, and I'm going to just grab it with my mouse. I'm going to pull it into the area that I'd like to put it in. And so you can see how as I move it around, I'm still holding my left mouse button down. It's like, hey, do you want to put it here? Do you want to put it there? Where do you want to put it? I'm going to put it on the right-hand side here. I'm going to let go. And it's going to say, hey, new chart, right? I'm creating a new chart. Now, I'm going to make this full size so we can see it together, and we'll go through this process together. If this is a smart search feature, so you could type in a keyword, it'll give you a market, right? I have a couple of presets already in here that these are things I've just created already. And so I'm going to click on the E-mini S&P December 2023 contract in that box, and then I'm going to hit select, and then we'll add a chart. Now you have to format it a little bit, but here's the chart right here. The first thing I want to draw your attention to is you could move it around with your mouse by holding your just by grabbing the chart area and kind of manipulating it up and down. This right-hand arrow right here says go to current bar. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to make the axis fit within the window that I am seeing right here. And you can see I have a simple candlestick chart. I have Bollinger Bands on it, and I have Commodity Channel Index. And this is the default that I saved. And I'm going to show you how to recreate this also in a couple seconds. Again, Ed Jerkin in the chat. If you have questions, type them in. At the top here, I have some controls that enable me to place trades. I have the trader turned on, chart trader turned on. I could place, cancel, and modify trades right from the chart. Super cool. So what I want to do is I just want to go through each section at a time, and we'll kind of take a peek on how to do things in this particular web-based charting system. Now you have your other controls up at the top here as well, additional information, and on the right-hand side there's also some buttons here that generate different types of information. But we're going to stick within the chart area today and take a peek at kind of how it works. I'm going to start in the upper right-hand corner here. You'll see that there's a little full-size toggle button, right? Full-size toggle button. If I click it to minimize it, it'll minimize it back to my original position. If I click it again, put my mouse over those, the two arrows now are pointing to the upper right. I click on that, it'll maximize it. So that's kind of a toggle button. Toggle big, toggle small, pretty easy. Let's go to this little cog though. View settings. This is the first thing I'm going to look at. View settings, and I have a couple of things already. I'm going to actually turn all these things off, and we'll look at them one at a time. Click on the cog or the settings button right there, upper right. Contract details. Let's select contract details, and it will provide information. This band up here, right? This band up here will remind me what market I'm in and what the bid and ask is. And gives me the last price and the change and all of that stuff. You can see the E-mini S&P is up 32 points today. So that's kind of what that first one does. I'm going to click on that cog again, and we'll click on trade mode. Now, if I want to place a trade from the chart, I want to be on trade mode. So I'm going to click on trade mode, and then it's going to give me not only do I have the ability to make a trade right now, but it's also going to give me this simple area up here, which gives me the ability to buy at the market, sell at the market, join the bid, join the ask, turn on ATMs, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Default quantity size, make that at 1. And I could exit everything, right? Flatten everything if I want. And and this is a day trade kind of thing. So we're going to keep it a day trade. So that's kind of a simple control. I'm going to go back to that view settings. And then I'm going to click on stop type. Now the default stop is market order. This is a market order based stop. You place the stop, price trades at that stop price, and it triggers the stop market order. But you could also change it to a stop limit. You could also change it to a trailing stop. And you could also change it to a trailing stop limit from this area right here. We'll keep it simple. We'll keep it at a stop market. I'll hit save. Okay, we're good to go. Go back to view settings. And we have a bar countdown. We could add the bar countdown that counts down as we get closer to the end of the bar. And I'll go ahead and select that. And I'm just going to simply enable it, right? I'm not going to do the alerts. You could do an alert. You could play sounds. You could do all sorts of stuff. I'm going to hit enable, and I'll hit save. All right, so I have that saved for us. So that's pretty much, these are these tools, right? If you have to roll a contract forward, in other words, it's time to start trading the March 2024 E-mini S&P as an example, then you could click on this button. It'll roll it forward if you're still on the old contract month. So that's particularly helpful with contracts that expire on a monthly basis. But that just kind of gives you this ability. There's other places in the software to do this, but this is the one place as well. So those are those controls. They're pretty straightforward. We'll leave Chart Trader on for a second. And let's go over to the menu on the left-hand side. Now, and this is within the chart itself, right? This is within the chart itself. And the first thing I notice is I have a magnify, a zoom in or a zoom out, right? Now, this is one thing that's unique here. To zoom in, I'm going to click on that plus, that magnifying glass with the plus sign in it. I'm going to move my mouse to the area that I want to zoom into. So I'm going to click once. I'm going to drag over to the bottom side, click again, and it magnifies the chart. So now I'm just seeing less bars across my screen. If I want to zoom out, it's even easier. You just click on that zoom out button, right? That minus sign button, and it'll zoom out for you. And you can get more data, more bars on your chart going back to yesterday or however far back you want to go. So again, let me show that one more time, because to magnify your view, to see less candles but more detail in the chart, I'm going to click on that plus sign in the zoom in just once. I'm going to bring my mouse to the area of interest, and I'm going to click again, and I'm going to drag my rectangular box over to the ending point wherever I want to end. Click again, it will automatically magnify your look. We also have this go to current bar, and that also kind of pushes everything over to the right and makes it a really nice fit within your screen. So that's the first thing you could do. Now, the time period I have set for a 10-minute time period. If you want to change your time period, you could change it to one of these presets. And here are my presets. Or you could have a custom. You could have a custom time if you want to make, I don't know, a 3-minute, a 9-minute, a 6 minutes. If you want, by clicking on custom time, let's do it. And then I don't know, let's create a 3-minute. Why not? Sounds good. 3. I'm going to hit save. And then I've created a 3-minute candle chart. Let's go back up to that again. And what else? What other things do we have to see here? We have tick charts, volume charts, range bars, momentum range bars, seconds. And then this remembers my other time frames that I created. And I've only created 2, a 3, and a 10-minute. So that's pretty self-explanatory, easy peasy. Now, when you click on one of these buttons up on the top, it's going to maintain the menu down here unless you click again, and that'll hide it. Click again, it's gone. All right, let's go to the next one. This is the chart type. I'll click on that. And here's my chart types. I have candle. I could toggle to a line on close. I could toggle to a line, bid ask volume. That's the upgrade required. Helsinki. We can go Renko, point and figure, or upgrade for the TPO. Think market profile for TPO. Let's just go ahead and change it to a bar chart. So now we have a bar chart. And again, if you wanted to change it back, just click on that little button again and click on the candlestick. Super easy. Let's go over to the next area here, chart settings. Let's see what this does. This square, dotted square, and there's some stuff in here, right? If we wanted to add a grid as an example, let's do that. Let's add a grid, and it gives me grid lines, both horizontal and vertical grid lines. Let's go back again. Current position. If I wanted to show my current positions, I could do that as well. Let's click on that. And I don't really have any current positions, but it shows me where I had positions earlier in the day, right? Carrots, these little carrots here shows me, whether I bought something or sold something and which time frame I bought or sold, right? And it can keep track of all those going forward. So that's that. Filled orders, fills and orders. Let's click on that. I could show my orders. I could show my order lines. I could show fills. I could show trade lines, right? Where a line would go all the way across horizontally on the chart for my trades. I could show all, or I could hide all. We'll keep these first three selected: show orders, show order lines, and show fills. Let's keep moving. Price levels. Price levels gives us the ability to put important information on the chart. For instance, the daily high. I could click on that, and it will show me the daily high, which is that right? No. That might be. Just hang on a sec, everybody. I'm going to have to zoom out. Use my zoom out button. That was the daily high, I think, earlier today. Bear with me while I get my bearings situated here. Let's go back to the chart settings. Price levels, high price, low price. Let's put that on there. There's the low price in the red right here, highlighted on the screen. Let's keep moving. Settings, middle price. We could do a middle price. It'll give me the middle. Let's shoot over to settings. There's another settings within this particular, dotted square, I'd call it. Let's click on that. And then it'll also give me some other options here as well. So enable high price levels, low price levels, open, middle. We'll keep that all the same. Hit OK. All right, let's keep moving. That box again. And then we could have show all, hide all, show P&L on price line. So these are our options here on the price level submenu within the main menu here. Daily volume profile. I could add a daily volume profile to that. Let's go ahead and click on that. And it'll put these histogram bars on the right-hand side of the chart. And then there's my high. It's way up there. It's 84. So it'll show where volume has been traded throughout the day, which is particularly helpful. Let's go all the way to the far right. There we go. There we go. So volume profile on the right-hand side, tick for tick throughout the trading session. Let's go back to those. Let's go back to my settings area on the upper left-hand side. I could add market depth, which shows the bids and offer depth around the last current price. I can go to current bar. I could auto fit the chart as well, continuous auto fit, and then finally color scheme at the bottom here. I like the color scheme. We're going to keep it dark in light mode, but you could change it if it's easier on your eyes to do something different, like light and dark. So we'll just keep it dark and light. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to hit OK. Another cog, another configuration element up here, and this just kind of pops up. Hey, Jim, you already have some indicators on your screen, including Bollinger Bands or Commodity Channel Index. I could either view or I could delete. We're going to delete because we're going to add them later, I think. Well, no, let's not. We don't have to. We'll add other stuff later, but let's click on that, and that says that hides it, right? That shows it, that hides it. Say you just want to temporarily hide it for whatever reason, and then double clicking on it brings up. We could just double click on it, and it brings up. Double click on the Bollinger Band itself in the chart, and it brings up its settings, right? So we could change the settings, the colors, and the period. Most likely the things you're going to change. So I have Bollinger Band at 20. I could remove it altogether if I want. If I don't want to show it, I could hit remove. or if I was adding it, I would hit apply. So I'm going to cancel that. At the bottom here, I have the commodity channel index, and notice this is a different panel, right? Panel 1 is the actual candle chart itself, and panel 2 has my oscillator in it. It's the commodity channel index. Double click again, and it gives me the ability to remove it or to change the parameters, the colors as an example, or the period. In this particular case, I did change it from a 14 to a 20. I like it. That's what I like. So I'm going to hit save and OK. So that's pretty straightforward. Now, to add indicators, there's this button here, indicators. I'm going to click on it, and it's broken down by category. We have channels, we have moving averages, we have oscillators, volatility, volume-based indicators, and then average directional index, parabolic SAR, typical price, volume, a worksheet, and then explore community indicators, which gives you a menu of third-party indicators that other folks have created that you could apply to the web-based chart. So let's go back up to, let's just add a moving average. Here are our choices, right? These are 5 of the heavyweights up here. We got exponential, Hull, simple, triangular, weighted. Now let's just go ahead and add a simple moving average. I'm going to click on it. And then it's asking me, hey, Jim, what kind of moving average would you like? Well, we'll just do, I don't know, we'll do a 20 period again. Input based on the closed previous bar. Every overlay, I'm not going to create a new panel. It's going to be an overlay on top of the first panel. And I'm going to hit save. And there's my moving average. You can see it kind of right there in the middle of the Bollinger Band. Can adjust my charts just by grabbing the middle. I just grab the middle with my left mouse button and just move it around. If you're using your finger on an iPad or I guess a tablet, they're called. I have to learn to be more inclusive, right? A tablet, iPad, whatever. You could also do it that way as well. I could adjust the size of panel 2 relative to the size of panel 1 just by grabbing that middle dotted line that's in the middle and just dragging it up and down pretty easily. Okay, so that's the indicator section, which is cool. I'm going to go back to the main menu, and there's all the stuff. I'll leave that up here for a second so you can see it. It's particularly helpful. All right, double click to make that thing go away. And there's a template list, right? These are templates. I created a template earlier called CAGS1. I just click on this, I could load it, or I could save this template as something, CAGS2 or something like that, just by clicking on save template. So that's really kind of intuitive. This is my crosshairs. I like my crosshairs. Could probably change it to something else, but I like showing the crosshairs there. So we're going to keep that turned on. The next little button here is the data box. And this is kind of helpful because as you move your mouse over any particular candle, it gives you the stats of that candle, right? So let me just pick this green candle right here, and it'll show me, upper, lower, CCI, where the bar opened, where the high of the bar, the low of the bar, the close of the bar, and the volume of the bar. In addition, it shows what the simple moving average was at the time of the bar. So those are all pretty good stats right there. And then as you move it around, as you move your crosshairs around your chart, it just you'll settle on another candle that you would like to analyze. So that's what that does. It's pretty helpful, actually, for me anyway. Drawing tools, let's take a peek. Drawing tools, again, horizontal lines, regular lines, multi-lines, fib retracements are found here. So these are some of the, the regular suspects and then some. You got trend channels, regression channels. If you want to put some text in here, or shapes, as a matter of fact, shapes. And actually, I'm going to click on that and put a rectangle in. Everybody knows I love rectangles. I'm just going to click and click after I activated the rectangle rule. And that's how fast it happens, right? That's how easy it is. Again, let me show you that again. To add a drawing tool, hover over the drawing tool button on the left-hand side. I'm going to click once. And then I'm going to go back to my main menu here, and let's pick Fibonacci retracement. We'll click on that. And let's say I just wanted to do a fib line. I don't know. We'll do it high, the highs to the low, the highs to where we're trading at right now. The highs to where we're trading at right now. And I'll click the mouse again. And then there's my fib line, right? There's my fib line. And if I want to delete it again, I could just double click on it. And I could click remove, or I can click remove all. In this case, I'm going to click remove, and it goes away from the chart. So the drawing tools are pretty easy, really easy to apply here as well. And so I'd recommend everyone kind of experiment around with some of these configuration buttons, adding different indicators, customizing different indicators, and the same with the trend lines. So let's talk about trading here for a second. Now I still have I have ATMs off, automatic trade management. We'll talk about that in a second. But remember, I activated the ability to trade from the chart on the right hand settings cog when I selected trade mode, right? I selected trade mode. So now I can trade from here. So be careful, because when you click on here, it'll give you basically an embedded trade ticket, right? So as an example, if I wanted to try to sell a contract short, and I'm just going to pick a random number here, folks. Don't follow me at home. Don't follow me live on this. This is just a random trade idea again, and I'm just going to click my mouse at this price point. It'll say, do I want it to be a sell limit or do I want it to be a buy stop? I can do either one. So I want it to be a sell limit. I'm going to click on that little tag, and now I have an order in the order book. It's 69.25, right? It's waiting to get filled, right? It's a limit order. It's up there. Now, if I want to change my mind, I just grab that red flag within the axis itself and drag it down to another price and let go. And then that just cancel and replace that order. And so now I changed it to 41.67. So now I want to get short of 41.67. Now, alternatively, there's an X there. I could click it to change my mind and say, no, forget it. I don't want it. I don't want this trade working anymore. I'm going to click it and it's going to go away. My default is set at the top. So remember, what the chart is doing is when I click to place a trade, it's looking at this and saying, okay, he wants to do one contract. If I wanted to do two, I'd have to change it, or three or four, or whatever, or customize it to whatever I want just by typing in the box. So we'll keep it at one for now. So for a buy limit order, it's just as easy, right? If I want to, I don't know, let's try to buy a contract at 41.60 in a quarter. I'll click on the blue again and it activates it. I could, again, adjust it to whatever price I want. Let's make it 41.60 even. And you can see there's a blue line going across there just to kind of give you a visual reminder. Hey, chart gets down to here. This is where you may get executed, right? If you wanted to do another one as an example, we could do the same one, but a little bit higher price at 64. I just put an order in to buy one at 64. And, not filled yet. But the other thing I could do is buy at the market or join the bid. Look at the upper center part of my chart here. These are kind of like quick click buttons, right? I click on that and I join the bid, right? And then I got filled right away, which means I want to cancel that order right away. So now I got filled right away by joining, and it shows me, right, my price, 41.65.75. And then it shows me my gross, unrealized P&L and moving in real time. I'm down $50 right now. I'm down $37.50 right now. That's gross trade P&L. That's what that is. Everybody with me? And by the way, remember that bar counter we talked about? Look in the upper left. You see that it's 1 minute and 39 seconds left before this candle expires or is completed and a new candle begins. You see that in the upper left. You could toggle that off if you want. We toggled it on to start. So now we have a situation where we're long a contract. I'm going to cancel the second unit on the lower right by clicking on it. And I want to put a profit target in. I want to say, you know what, if we get up to this 41.70, I would like to sell a unit, right? I would like to sell a unit. I want to see this price appreciate from my entry place at 41.65.75 to 41.70. Now, by the same token, I want to have a protective stop in, and let's put that, I don't know, let's put that in at 63. Click again, and this is a stop, right? It tells us, it shows you stop. Click on that stop button, and now I place the stop. I have a position, I have a profit target, and that's all one trade idea, right? This is the anatomy of every trade that's done in the universe. You have a position, you have a target, you have a stop loss, and that's as simple as it gets right here in this particular look. Now, if I wanted to exit at market and cancel everything, think about this as a panic button almost. Click on exit at market and cancel. It will flatten my position by selling a contract at the market and then canceling any orders that are still working in the book that have not been filled. Let's go ahead and do it. And now Now I'm starting over. And you can see I don't have a position anymore. My position is 0 on this upper band right next to the buy button and the join bid button. You'll see 0 position. All is good in the world. Okay, so let's think about this ATM for a second here. Let's go to that little cog again. We could turn this on. We could turn ATMs on. We could even name them if we want to save them for later. We want to show them in ticks, right? The smallest price increment that could happen in a marketplace. And then this particular type is going to be a take profit plus a stop loss, TP plus SL, or I could just do stop loss only, or I could do take profit only. In this particular case, it's going to be both, right? Take profit and stop loss. And we're going to mimic that trade. Now, let's say I'm hoping to get, I don't know, 10 ticks on the upside of this trade, and but I want to protect myself, right? So I'm going to put 10 on the take profit. And on the stop loss, I'll make that an 8. We'll make that an 8. Again, this is random. The stop loss type is stop. It's just stop. It's not stop limit or any of this other stuff, which I could add, right? More ATM stuff, trailing stop limit, auto break even. I recommend everybody experiment with these different types of automated trade management systems here to create these types of order cancels, other trade ideas. But let's keep it simple for today's demonstration. And let's go ahead and hit save right here. Save right here. And I'm going to hit that drop-down menu. Oops, drop-down menu still off. Hang on a second. Off. On. ATMs are on. I'm good with that. I'm going to hit the save button. Okay, so now I'm going to place an order, right? I'm going to place an order. And when I get filled on the order, I'll just use my same thing. It's going to put this OCO around it, right? Here, let's drill in a little bit here. Let's go ahead and drill in a little bit so we can see this a little bit better. Really easy. And there we have it. So this is saying, hey, Jim, when you get filled here, if you get filled here at 41.62 half, then we're going to place a profit target exactly where you wanted it, 10 ticks above at 41.65 even, and we'll put your stop loss 8 ticks below it, exactly what you said you wanted it, and that's going to be at 41.60 and a half, right? And then the idea is, once I have a position, now I have a simple bracket surrounding the position. So if we hit my profit target, the stop automatically gets canceled. If we hit the stop, the profit target automatically gets canceled. And it is really that easy. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to chase this a little bit just for the sake of demonstration and get filled. So I'm filled now, and you can see I have, the bracket also adjusted exactly how I want it, right? The bracket adjusted exactly how I want it. I'm going to do that zoom in again feature so we can see a little bit better. Sorry for that, but I just wanted to show that. So blue line is position, profit target up here, stop loss down here, automated. Don't have to do anything. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that makes sense. You can see here, I have all my stats moving in the top. I got my position. I'm up 25 bucks so far. This is, again, mark to market, right? That's what unrealized gross P&L is. It's mark to market. As the price changes, then so does everything else really, really quickly. Bid and ask size is here, as well as daily. We're up 27 handles in this particular marketplace today. And if we get a little bit more push up here, let's see if we can get a fill and get our profit target. And then the stop will automatically get canceled. So it's particularly helpful, I think, for sure, when I'm thinking about the ability to trade a second. This might be my primary way to place trades. I might use the trading ladder on the web-based platform, or my primary might be the PC-based platform, and this is my secondary one, right? I'm visiting mom and dad kegs, and I want to log in on the web-based. It's a lot easier there. I didn't bring my laptop. I forgot it at home. Now, everything is synced at the account level also. Remember that. There we go. We got filled. We got our profit target was achieved. The stop was automatically canceled. I didn't have to do anything. So that worked out pretty well. But again, it's, if I had a position coming into today, it would show up here. If I cancel this position or added to this position, it would show up on my web-based platform or on my mobile app. Everything is all in sync across the various trading platforms here at NinjaTrader. All right, so we covered pretty much the basics. We covered a lot of ground. You could experiment in more detail with some of the ATMs if that's your thing. And then certainly get familiar with the way this thing moves around, how to adjust the axes, how to zoom in, zoom out, how to move up, how to move down, how to add your various indicators, and then how to, if you wanted to actually change some of your settings. Really simple, easy to do. Remember, there's two places to see. Now, be careful. Here's the problem with the chart trader. I just click there. I don't want to do that, right? So I'm going to click again for it to go away. I'm not going to click on one of the labels, right? The label is sell or buy. If you make that mistake, just click on that line again, and it cancels it. It goes away. There's nothing cooking. All right. In the meantime, folks, appreciate everybody being here with us today. And remember, most important message, be safe out there and be good to each other. Thanks for coming.